So, bit of a different start to this video, and I was actually going to go on camera and show my face, but to do that I'd need to shower and do my hair and do my makeup, and it would just take me even longer to film. So I'm really sorry, I'm just doing it this way, and I know it's boring having to just look at like a plain screen with nothing going on while I'm chatting, but I just wanted to do this first before we started the video because I'm aware it's been over 3 months since the last one. I just wanted to give you guys an apology. It's been a bit of a naff time for me, I'm not gonna lie. Most of you know I'm disabled and I do have health struggles anyway, but I had 2 operations. My long-term relationship broke up, and then I caught COVID, which then turned into pneumonia, which was fantastic. And I don't know if you can hear from my voice, it's slightly different to what it normally is. It's still quite deep. I've had more chest x-rays this week, so it's not over, but I am feeling 10 million times better than what I was. And more than anything, what I've been saying to people is I just want to get back into a normal routine. And my normal routine and my enjoyment and my fun is my crochet and my filming. So I hope that you guys are still around and still needing the videos. I know I've had so many comments from people like asking where I've gone and everything like that, and I'm really sorry that I didn't manage to reply to everyone, and that is purely because I have been so poorly. But from now on I will be replying to everyone again, and I'm back, and this is our next square. So it's finished now. I am going to save this video, I'm going to upload it, and then within the next few hours you should have your next video. So I hope you enjoy it. Again, I'm really sorry it's taken me so long to get this one to you, but I hope you enjoy it, and let's give this one a go. So today's video is another video in the Hachette Disney Crochet magazine subscription series, teaching you how to make the squares that come with the magazine subscription. For all those that haven't seen my videos before, if you aren't subscribing to this magazine series, you will not be able to complete the squares that I'm about to show in this video, and that is purely because these patterns are protected by copyright and I don't show the full pattern in these videos. They are purely a how-to guide for those that buy the subscription as to how to make the squares. So I'm ever so sorry that you won't be able to stay with us today, but if you would like to join us for a future video where I have written the pattern myself, it would be lovely for you to join us. For all those that do subscribe to the Disney Crochet series, this square is issue 49, and we are making the Cinderella portrait square. There are a fair few colours in this one, so we've got 8 different colours. We're working with the shell pink, the coral, ice blue, sunflower, the cyan, the periwinkle, I've got a little bit of black there, and we're working with the white as well, but the white will just be for the border of the square and for Cinderella's eyes. Now this isn't an applique square, so we're not making a blue square and then making Cinderella and sewing her down on top. We are starting with the shell pink and we're going to make a circle for her face, and then the rest of the square will attach, and then we'll just make the hair and the accessories to go on top of the square. So we're starting with the pink, and we're going to be making a magic ring with our 4mm hook. Now we've done this plenty of times before, but still it doesn't seem to get any easier to film, sadly. I think because of the awkward angles I have to hold my hands at. So this is a magic ring for a right-handed person. I really do apologise that I can't do it the other way. But if you get the end of your yarn, your left hand, you want to have your palm facing you, and you want to drape the end of the yarn over your index finger and your middle finger. And have just enough length like so, so we've got an end there to work with, and knot that one in at the end so the circle doesn't come undone. You then want to take the other end of the yarn and bring it down the back of your fingers and over the front again, And from here we're going to turn our hand so we can see the top and have it this way. And we want to make a cross with the yarn. You then want to hold down this yarn, so I'm going to use my ring finger to go over the top and just clamp it together so you've got that cross over your fingers. And here's where I pick up my hook. I'm going under the top right of the cross, and we want to pull the top left of the cross through to the other side. So I'm going under. I'm going to point my hook downwards so the hook can catch the top left of the cross and pull that through to the other side so it looks like so. I'm then turning my hook towards me and it will be like this. And you can see the yarn there crossed over on the hook. I then want to pick up the top left of my cross again, so it will be a new top left that we've made, and then we'll pull that one straight through the loop that's on the hook, and that's your magic circle done. So you can take your fingers out of your loop, and here's where I pull out the non-working yarn from the centre of that circle so it doesn't get tangled, and you've made your magic ring. So starting round 1, we want to chain 1. And then after that chain, we want to do double crochets into the centre of the ring. I can't tell you exactly how many due to the copyright, but I will do a few with you to show you what you need to do. So I would pinch your non-working yarn and your circle with your left index finger and your thumb. Go in through your ring and pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through both, and you've done 1. Again, back in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. I've got to really apologise, I've got a proper croaky voice today, so I'm sorry if it goes funny or weird during the video. I'm definitely trying to make sure that it's not going to completely disappear before the end of the video. So you've done 2 double crochets. Back in, pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. Back in, pick up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. So we've done 4 so far. I'm going to finish off the amount that we need to do off camera. It says under round 1 how many DCs you need to do. So I'll meet you at the end of the round. I've done the amount that we need to do, and then we need to close the centre of this circle. So we're pulling on the non-working tail. But remember to do it slowly because otherwise everything can twist. So I'll just pull that one closed. Pull it as tight as I can. So that one can come undone during the course of crocheting, but remember you just need to pull on that tail to close it again. And then if you knot this one well and tie it up, or fasten it off well, at the end it will make sure that that circle doesn't open again. So we've finished round 1 completely, and we're going to start round 2. We need to do 2 double crochets in each stitch around. At the moment we've got 8 double crochets, and if we do 2 in each we will have 16 at the end. Now it says here, if you wish to insert a stitch marker in your first stitch, which will be your stitch over here. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to count each time what we're doing, but if you feel you might lose count of where you are, it does make sense for you to put a stitch marker in so you know where the start of the round is. I just don't do it because I feel it gets in the way, and also because I know that I can just count the stitches that I've got and I'm going to complete it all in one go. So to find your first stitch, you want to turn on the side and look at your V's and count back away from your hook. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that one there is my first chain, or my first stitch that I'll be going into. You have got a slight bump at the beginning just here, but that was your chain stitch that you did at the start of when you did your magic ring. That is not a stitch that you need to go into. So we're doing 2 double crochets into each stitch. I'm going in through this one, pulling up a loop, yarn over and pull through both, and I've done 1, and I want to do 1 more into the same stitch. And there's 2 into the next, 1 and 2, and I've now done 4, 1 and 2, and I've done 6, 1 and 2, I've done 8, 1 and 2, there's 10, 1 and 2, I've done 12, 1 and 2, there's 14, and so my last one, 1 and 2, and I've done my 16 stitches, and you can see the centre of my circle is starting to come undone already, so I'll just pull that one tight a little bit, and then we can move on to round 3. For this round we're doing 2 double crochets in one stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the stitch after, then 2, then 1, then 2, then 1, going all of the way around. So by the time we come to the end of the round, we will have 24 stitches in total. Remember, we've got 16 at the moment. So again, I will just count what I'm doing so I know where the beginning of my round is. Going into that first stitch, I'm doing 2 double crochets. So there's 1 and 2 in the first stitch, and then a single one in the next makes 3. Into the next stitch, I'm doing 2, 4 and 5, and a single in the next is 6, 2 in the next, 7 and 8, 1 in the next, 9, 2 in the next, 10, 11, 1 in the next, 12, and we're halfway, 2 in the next, 13, 14, 1 in the next, 15, 2 in the next, 16, 17, 1 in the next, 18, 2 in the next, 19, 20, 1 in the next, 21, and our last set, 2 in this one, 22, 23, and 1 in the next gives us 24, and we've finished round 3. For round 4, we are doing 2 double crochets in the first stitch, and then 2 single double crochets. So we're going 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. By the end of this round, we will have 32 stitches, so I will be counting as I go around, as obviously, as I said at the start, I've not used a stitch marker. So 32 stitches for this one, 2, then 1, then 1. So 2 in our first stitch, there's 1 and 2, and now 2 singles, 1 in this one, number 3, 1 in the next is number 4, 2 in the next, 5 and 6, then 2 singles, 7 and 8, 2 in the next, 9 and 10, and 2 singles, 11 and 12, 2 in the next, 13 and 14, and 2 singles, 15, 16, 2 in the next, 17, 18, 2 singles, 19 and 20, 2 in the next, 21, 22, 2 singles, 23 and 24, 2 in the next, 25, 26, 2 singles, 27, 28, 2 in the next, 29, 30 and 2 singles, 31 and 32, and we are back at the start again. So this is round 5 and very similar to the last few rounds, but just adding on 1 extra single. So we're doing 2 double crochets into the first stitch and then 3 singles. So we're going 2 in the first and then 1, 2, 3 singles. 2 in the next, 1, 2, 3 singles. By the end of this round we will have 40 stitches. So let's go. 2 in the first stitch. There's 1 and 2 and 3 singles. 3. Oh, my yarn's split. 4 and 5. 2 in the next. 6 and 7, and then my 3 singles. 8, 9 and 10. 2 in the next. 11, 12, 3 singles. 13, 14 and 15. 2 in the next. 16, 17, 3 singles. 18, 19 and 20, 2 in the next, 21, 22, then 3 singles, 23, 24, 25, 2 in the next, 26, 27, then 3 singles, 28, 29, 30, 2 in the next, 31, 32, 3 singles, 33, 34 and 35, 2 in the next, 36 and 37, then 3 singles, 38, 39 and 40. And now you've finished round 5. For round 6, we want to do 1 double crochet in every stitch around. We know we've got 40 stitches, so we need to do 40 double crochets. So just a single stitch in each one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, this one's stuck. There we go. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and I'm halfway. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40. We now want to finish off this round with a slip stitch into our next stitch. So we're going into the next stitch and pulling up a loop on our hook and pulling that loop straight through the loop that's already on our hook. Sorry, voice went. You can now fasten off your pink because in round 7 we're going to be working with yarn B, which is the ice blue. And you want to join yarn B to the slip stitch that we did just here. I've attached my ice blue to the slip stitch as it says under round 7, and then we want to chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. And we want to do a treble into the same stitch that our yarn is coming from. So we're yarning over and going into that stitch and pulling up a loop, so we've got 3 on our hook. We're then yarning over, pulling through 2, yarn over and pull through 2 again. We want to do a half treble in the next 2 stitches, so yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, you've got 3 on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, and we're repeating that into the next stitch. So yarn over into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. Double crochet into the next 4 stitches, so into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We've done 2, there's 3 and 4. A half treble into the next 2 stitches, so yarn over into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3, and repeat that into the next stitch as well. 2 trebles into your next stitch, so yarn over into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, and another treble into that same stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2. We then need to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then 2 trebles into your next stitch, so yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again another treble into that same stitch. From here we're going to repeat all of that process again. So a half treble into the next 2 stitches, yarn over into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3, another half treble into the next, 4 single double crochets, so into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 half treble in each of the next 2 stitches, so yarn over and into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3, and repeat that stitch into the next stitch. 2 trebles into your next stitch, so yarn over into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and repeat that stitch into the same stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 2, 1 and 2, and then 2 trebles into the next stitch, so yarn over into your next, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then repeat that stitch into the same stitch from the last round, pull through 2, pull through 2. 1 half treble in each of the next 2 stitches, so yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3, and repeat that into the next stitch. And then we're doing a double crochet into the next 4. So into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. There's 1, there's 2, 3 and 4. 2 half trebles, each in separate stitches. So 1 half treble in the next stitch, 1 half treble in the stitch after. Yarn over into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 3. Got a hair. There we go. And yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. We're then doing 2 trebles into the next stitch. So yarn over into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Another treble into that same stitch. Pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 2, and then 2 trebles into the next stitch. Pull through 2, pull through 2, and then repeat the same stitch into that same stitch that you've just done your first treble into. 2 half trebles, so into your next stitch, 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and now another half treble into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull through 3, 4 double crochets, so into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we haven't got very much to go here. Unfortunately, I do not have enough stitches left for what the pattern calls for, so I am just going to have to wing it for this video, unfortunately. Well, we've just done the 4 double crochets. I'm going to take one out, so I've only got 3, so that leaves me with a few more stitches at the end to finish off what we need to do. Now, I don't know if this is an error in the pattern or if I've just gone wrong somewhere, but we had 40 stitches, which is what they've said, so I can imagine the pattern is wrong. Anyway, I should be able to fit in my next few. It does say what I need to do from here is do my 2 half trebles, which is in 2 separate stitches, and then do 2 trebles into 1 stitch. So I should have 3 stitches left. If I'd have done that double crochet and not undone it like I just did, I would literally only have 1 stitch left to put 3 stitches in, which obviously isn't right. So I'm going to do my 2 half trebles into just 1 stitch, just so it saves us that bit of space. So I'm pulling through 3, and then I'm doing my second half treble into the same stitch. And then I've got 1 stitch left that I can do my 2 trebles into. So I'm yarning over into the next, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and now repeating that and doing another one into the same stitch. And then once we've done that, we need to do a 1 chain, and then we're finishing off this round with a double crochet into the 3rd chain. So you've got 3 chains at the start that you did just here, so you need to go into your 3rd, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both, and there is that round complete. For round 8, I'm chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3. We then want to do a treble into the corner space, so I'm yarning over, going into the corner, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. We then want to do a treble into each of the next amount of stitches. It says under round 8 in the magazine. Obviously I can't give away the full pattern due to copyright, but I will do a few with you. So we're yarning over and into your first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, so we've done 1. Into your next, pull through 2, pull through 2, we've done 2. Into your next, pull through 2, pull through 2, and we've done 3. If you treble along into the first corner, I'll show you what you need to do when you get there. When you reach the corner space, we're doing 2 trebles, 2 chains and 2 trebles. So yarn over into your space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Repeat that stitch into the corner space, chain 2, and then 2 more trebles into that space. There's 1 and 2. So continue along with your trebles. It's 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles in the corners, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. Now you might find, if like me on the last row you didn't have enough stitches and you took out one of your double crochets, that you don't have enough stitches on the last round before you get to your corner. If that does happen, don't worry, just do 2 trebles into the last stitch and then there will be enough. Once you get to your last corner, you want to do 2 trebles into that one. So pull through 2, there's 1 and 2. We then want to do 1 chain, and we're joining with a double crochet into the 3rd chain again. So our 3rd chain from the beginning of the round, pulling through a loop, yarning over and pulling through both. For round 9 we're chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then doing a treble into the corner space again. Now this round is a repeat of the last round. We're just trebling along, and into the corners we're doing 2 trebles, 2 chains and 2 trebles. The round number 9 will tell you exactly how many trebles along you should have. So if you go all the way around just like the last round, I'll meet you at the end and show you what you need to do from there. Once you reach the corner, just like the last round, it's 2 trebles into the corner space. So there's 1 and 2, but this time we're chaining 2. So 1 and 2, and you want to finish this time with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So pull a loop onto your hook and pull it through. You can then fasten off the ice blue because we're going to be working with yarn C, which is the coral, in the next round, and you can join it to any of your corner spaces. So for round 10, I've joined my coral yarn to one of my corners. And from here you want to chain 2, so there's 1 and 2. After you've done that, you want to do a half treble all of the way along, and you should have 20 stitches. So yarn over into your first, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3, we've done 1. Into your next, yarn over, pull through 3, we've done 2. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. So into the corner we are doing 1 half treble, 2 chains, 1 half treble. So yarn over into your corner, there's 1 half treble, 2 chains and 1 more half treble. So if you continue along with your half trebles, your corners are 1 half treble, 2 chains, 1 half treble. I will meet you at the end of the round. At the end of the round, you want to do 1 half treble into the corner space. We're then doing 2 chains and joining with a slip stitch into the 2nd chain that we made at the start of the round. So pull a loop through, pull it through the one on your hook. You can now fasten off the coral. We've now finished this square apart from the white border, so you can join your white to any of your corner spaces. So my white's attached. This square is a pretty average size for me, so I am going to do the border that they have provided in the magazine. So I'm just going to put my white on my hook, and this is just the standard border that we seem to pretty much do every square now. So it's 2 chains and then 1 half treble in the next 10 stitches. So yarn over, and we're sticking to the same stitch from the last round, going into our first, pulling up a loop, yarn over and pull through 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 2 in the next. Ooh. There's 1 and 2, and then 1 in the next 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Into our corners we are doing a 1 half treble, 2 chains and 1 half treble. So yarn over and into your corner, there's 1 half treble, 2 chains and 1 more half treble. So it's 10 half trebles, 2 in the next, 11 half trebles, 1 half treble, 2 chains, 1 half treble in your corner, and I'll meet you at the end of the round. So when you get to the corner, we are doing 1 half treble into the corner space, chain 2, and then join with a slip stitch into the second chain. You can now go ahead and fasten that one off, because that is our main square complete. We've just got to make all the little bits to sew on now to make Cinderella in the centre. So to start off with, we will be using the cyan. So if you go ahead and make a slip knot and add it to your hook, we will get started with the applique details. So my cyan slip knot is on my hook. We're chaining 16. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So our first stitch is going to go into our second chain from the hook. Now this chain here is our first chain away from the hook, so you want to be stitching into the next one just above my left thumbnail here, and we're doing a double crochet into that stitch. So go in through, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. You then want to do a double crochet into the next stitch as well. After that, we're switching to half trebles. We want to do a 1 half treble into the next stitch. So yarn over into your next and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 3. And then you want to do 2 half trebles into the next. So into my next stitch, there's 1 half treble and 1 more half treble into that same stitch that we did the first half treble into. After that, we're doing 1 half treble into the next stitch. There's 1, and 2 half trebles into the next stitch again. There's 1, and into the same stitch, there's 2. After that, we want to do 1 half treble into each of the next 3 stitches. So yarn over into your next stitch. There's 1 half treble into the next. There's 2 half trebles into the next. There's 3. We then need to do 2 half trebles into the next stitch and 1 half treble into the stitch after. So yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, there's 1 half treble, and then another half treble into the same stitch, and then 1 half treble into the next. We then need to do 2 half trebles into the next stitch, 1 and 2, and 1 half treble into the stitch after that. So you'll have 2 stitches left, and into those 2 stitches you want to do 1 single double crochet. So into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both, into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both. You can then fasten off the cyan colour. So this is what you should have. And we're now going to be working with yarn F, which is the sunflower, and that will form the hair. This is the hairband. We need to join yarn F, the sunflower, to the first half treble that we've done. So if you go over to this side again of your crochet, at the start we did 2 single double crochets, and then the third stitch that we did was the half treble. So you want to join your yarn to this stitch. So I've attached my yarn to that stitch and it's now on my hook. The first thing we need to do is chain 1. And we're then going to do a double crochet into the next stitch. So into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both. We then want to do a half treble into each of the next 11 stitches. So yarn over into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh dear, didn't catch it then, 10 and 11. After those 11 half trebles, we need to do a double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both, into the next and do the same. We're then actually going to fasten our sunflower off. We will need to use it again on top of here, but we're not crocheting back to there. We will just be adding our yarn on again. So if you fasten that one off, and ideally I would leave a really long tail here because I do believe we're going to be using the sunflower to applique this on to our final square. So now looking back at what we've just done, our first stitch there of our sunflower was our double crochet, and then we did a half treble in the next 11. We want to join our sunflower on this round to the 4th half treble. So we did 1 double crochet, so we're scrapping that one, and we need to count 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we're joining our yarn to this stitch here. So I've now got that one attached. We're going to miss the next stitch, and we want to do 7 trebles in the next half treble. So yarn over, miss your next and into the one after, and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. We've done 1. We actually need to do 7 half trebles into that stitch, so 6 more. Yarn over into that same stitch. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. After your 7 half trebles, we want to miss out the next stitch, which is this one just here, and we want to do a slip stitch into the half treble afterwards. So miss this one, into the one after, we're going in through this one, pulling up a loop, pulling that one straight through the loop that's already on your hook, and again you can fasten off. So now we need to add hair below the hairband. So to begin this, we are going to turn our work upside down. So we're working from this direction, and we want to have the wrong side facing. So we're turning our work over so it looks like this. We want to rejoin the sunflower yarn to the first chain of our foundation chain. Now what that means is you've got all these stitches along the bottom, which we first did here, or the top, whichever way it's facing you now. Those are all of our stitches that we did at the beginning of making that blue hairband. And we literally want to join it to the first one, so it'll be right in the corner just here of the cyan. So I don't even know if I can get my hook in there. It's going to be quite a tricky one, to be quite honest with you. There we go. So you might have a bit of trouble getting that one in because it's quite a tight stitch. They should have said when we did it to make it looser, to be honest with you. But however, here we go. I've attached my yarn now. I'm just going to knot that one. And that one is on. So once you've attached that one, you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're doing a double crochet into the second chain from our hook. So we've got one here as our first, and this is our second. Go in through that one, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both, and then a double crochet into each of the next 2 chains. So there's 1 and 2. We then want to do a double crochet into each of the next 15 chains. So we're going along the bottom here. And we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and last one, 15. We're then turning our work back over so it faces this way. After that, we need to chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're then doing a double crochet into our second chain from our hook. There's that one. After that one, we are doing a double crochet into each of the next 2 chains. So there's 1 double crochet and then 1 in the next as well. Oh, I've got an eyelash. There we go. We want to do a slip stitch into the next stitch. So it's the stitch here which we've attached to the blue. So go in through that one and pull up a loop, and then pull that loop straight through the one that's already on your hook. We're missing the next stitch, and into the one after we're doing 1 half treble, 2 trebles and 1 half treble. So yarn over, miss your next stitch, and into the one after we're doing 1 half treble, and then yarn over into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We've done 1 treble, 1 more treble into that space, pull through 2, pull through 2, and 1 more half treble into that space, pull through all 3. We want to miss the next stitch, and into the stitch after we're doing a slip stitch, so pull that one straight through. We're missing the next 2 stitches and then 5 trebles in the one after, so we're missing this one and we're missing this one and going into this one with 5 trebles. So yarn over, miss your 2 stitches and into the third. There's 1 treble, 2, 3, 4, and 5. After you've done your 5 trebles, we want to miss the next 2 stitches and do a slip stitch into the third. So go in through, pull up a loop, pull it through the loop that's already on your hook. We're then missing the next stitch, so this one, and into the one after we're doing 1 half treble, 2 trebles, 1 half treble. So miss your next, and into the one after there's 1 half treble, there's going to be 2 trebles, so there's our first treble and our second, and now 1 more half treble. We want to miss the next double crochet and then slip stitch into the one after, and that is that bit complete. You can now fasten that one off, and also again leave a bit of longer tail on this end because we might want to use this one for sewing as well. We may not end up using it, but there is a possibility. So it just makes sense because you can either then sew it from the one that we've got from this end or the one we've got from the bottom. I am going to leave 2 long ends so I can use this length to sew along the top, and I'm going to leave a longer end down the bottom so I can use that one to sew along the bottom. So all we are left to do with now is to attach our hair and hairband to our face. I think what I'm going to do here, just to save getting tangled, is to sew in all of these ends first. We're then going to go ahead and pin that one to the face. You may notice that you need to bend it round slightly just so that it fits better because it is quite wide, but that all depends obviously on your tension and how big that piece has come out. So I'm going to sew in all my ends on my square. I'm then going to sew this piece onto my circle. You can look at the square to see exactly where you should be sewing your hair based off of the square in the magazine. After we've done that is then, oh, that was attached to my finger then. After we've done that, I'm then going to go ahead and do the eyes and the nose afterwards because I want to know how much space I've got before I go about doing those. So go ahead and get all that done and I will see you shortly. So this is my square. Now I have darned in all the ends and I have also sewn down the hair and the hairband piece. I have got my aerial square out ready because I want to make these look similar with regards to eyes and nose. So I'm literally just going to try to like line them up and do the eyes and nose in the same place. I'm not going to do the eyes and nose on camera, and that is purely because we've done it so many times now. There's no need for me to make the video even longer, which takes even longer for me to edit, to upload, all that kind of thing. I'd rather just get the video out to you a lot quicker when we've already done these before. So I'm going to go ahead and do the eyes exactly the same and the nose exactly the same as to what we have done before, and I will come back and I will show you when it's finished. And there you have it. There is my finished Cinderella portrait square. So again, I just want to say I'm really sorry for the length of time this one has taken to get to you, but I hope it's been worth the wait. I hope you've enjoyed making this square as much as any of us can enjoy making the portrait squares, of course. So I promise not to leave it as long until the next video. I will start filming that one. Probably today, to be honest, so it should be out within the next 7 days like the last ones always were before the break. So just one last thing left to say, which I always say at the end of my videos, which is if you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, because it does make sure that I can keep tabs of how many people are still following the videos, which is especially essential now, given the fact that it's been a while since I've made any videos. If you need any help at all, just leave a comment below and I'll get back to people as soon as I possibly can. And make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do wish to receive a notification when the next video is released. So all that's left to say now is have an absolutely fantastic week, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye!